Hi everybody, I'm Jo, and tonight we're going to do the first in what I assume will be a very long series of segments I'm going to call Crafting and Cocktails. So why not? It's late, approximately, I don't have my watch on, but it's approximately 45 minutes past my bedtime, but that means that everybody in the house is sleeping, and that means it's the perfect time for crafting and perfect time for cocktails. Okay, so start. The cocktail for tonight is 7-Up and 3 Olives brand grape vodka. It's a fabulous combination. I've already mixed my drinks so that we can just get right started. I also have water down here in case I get a little too much, and I'm not going to tell you how much the ratio is, but you're just gonna have to believe it. That's delicious. Oh, it's best for everybody that you don't know. So also the craft for tonight is what I'm showing you off here. So I've been painting on glasses and mugs for about 6 months now. I tend to feel I'm a pretty crafty person, and it was posed to me to start doing this. Somebody asked me to. A couple somebody's asked me to. Apparently it's a thing. And so I did a lot of research and I had a lot of Pinterest fails, quite frankly. And so I still do it a lot. I still paint a lot of things for a lot of people. A lot of people request things. But in case you yourself are crafty and you would like to do your own thing instead of asking me to do it, by all means, watch and learn. Okay, so just a couple of examples. So this is obviously painted on glass, and these are all bunnies that I'm going to show you because I have a thing for bunnies. I actually have this particular bunny on my foot. It's a long story. No need to go into it. And a bunny happens to also be my logo for all my things. But I digress. So, you know, just a couple of examples here real quick. So, bunny on the glass, and here's a bunny on a mug. Now this bunny, I mean, if you look at him really close, he's a little sketch. He's a little sketch. The paint didn't work so well on him, but, and then we have this guy who I was pretty happy with, and then the dog chewed on him, but you can see lots of different techniques are possible with this. And then this bunny right here, he also got chewed on by the dog. I don't know, whose dog chews on ceramics? What the hell's wrong with my dog, Sal? What? I don't know. Why would you chew? I have a mug and he chews on my mug. Like the only two mugs, whatever. But anyway, so he chewed on this guy, so he's losing his little ear. But, you know, he's a little chevron bunny. And so, you can see that once they start chipping, that, whatever. But so, let me talk first about the Pinterest fails. So if you go on Pinterest, you will see that, by and large, the rumor is that you can take a regular Sharpie marker and color on a ceramic mug and bake it, and it'll be fine. This is not true. It is a complete fabrication. It is an utter lie. A normal Sharpie marker will do nothing, and it will come off. I mean, it'll seem like maybe it might stay on after it bakes, but it won't. It won't. You can't wash it in any way. If you're going to never touch it, perhaps it might work, but it's no. So obviously that was my first shot because I was like, okay, this is a little too good to be true, and it was way too good to be true. So I did some research, and these I'm going to give you 2 different methods to decorating glass and ceramics. One of them is better than the other, and it also takes longer than the other. So, and it's also more expensive. Yeah, that seems to be how it works. Okay, so all of these bunnies that I have shown you, this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy, we're all done with the method that I'm going to show you right now. Well, talk to you about right now. And then I'll get to the actual demo because you're going to get to see me do it. It's amazing. Okay, so the 2 products that we have to talk about, I will show you this marker right here. These Deco color markers, these are opaque paint markers. Now, this is a purple, and I have a cajillion of these. They come in all sorts of colors, not just fluorescent. Hold on, let me get some other colors. Okay, so they come in, I believe you can buy a pack that is just black, or you can buy a single that's just black, or maybe in just white. But then they also have packs of, I'm pretty sure it was like, throwing things. Okay, pretty sure it was like primary kind of colors, and then there was like a neon sort of colors. And I think they were, I have no idea how much they cost. It's been a while. But it wasn't unreasonable. It was less than $20 for the sets of 4 or 5. I think maybe like the primaries came with a white and a black, maybe. I don't know. But I have lots of them. There's lots more over here. You don't need to see all of them. There are lots of brands that make the, because these are, they're oil paint pens, basically. That's what they are. So I bought these like at Michael's with a 40% off coupon, and so then they end up being very reasonable, and they last for a good long while as long as you take care of them. So this is, and they make 2 sizes. Yeah, this is complicated. Okay, oh, here we go. So this is the size that I use the most often. That's the size of the tip. There's my finger, and there's the tip. It's a good size. And then this is a smaller size. There's my finger, there's the pen. These are good for like writing words and such, but for like filling in, takes forever. These guys are the ones to talk about. But if you're doing a smaller project, obviously these are handy. I think I bought like 1 pack of these, like, and to show you how much I use them, I have a blue one that I have never even opened. Okay. I also, just to tell you the ones that don't work, this right here, this is a Craft Smart paint pen. No dice. This is a metallic. It comes off very easily. Let's see, otherwise, let's see what else. What other paint pens I have that might work a little bit? Okay, these. Okay. This is Porcelain 150. This was hard to come by. They don't sell these at any craft stores around here, St. Louis. I don't know. Maybe we aren't the craft mecca of the world, but they don't sell these in stores around here. They do sell them on Amazon, and these are very, very particular paint markers. They are not an oil, but they are, let's see which one this one is. Okay, see, it's a mess. But they only come, well, no, they come in colors, but I only have black. These you can paint, they're meant for porcelain, like finished ceramic cup slopes. So like you go to the dollar store and you get one of these and you paint on that. They are meant for that, and everything else they are the same, except these, they end up a little bit kind of translucent. These work very well as far as being able to dishwasher, wash them afterwards. But they are very tricky to use, so unless you're really confident and want to spend the, it was $7 for I think this one marker, it's very good, and it makes things as close to food safe as possible, but it's an investment. If you're really serious about this shit, then go for this guy. But otherwise, this one kind of does the job. The other completely different option is awesome, but these paints right here, these are Martha Stewart craft paints. These work on glass and ceramic, but you know, these are paint, and they have to be applied with a brush. So if you aren't confident with the brush, this doesn't do you any good. They come in satin finishes and pearl and metallic. I have quite a selection of these. They are all very nice. They are not cheap. I actually, I was pretty, I think $3 for a bottle, which isn't very much. It's not very much, and especially if you can get a coupon and stuff like that. But, you know, if you want a full palette of paints, then it does add up. I ended up buying a full set of them for $20 at Christmas time on Amazon, so I have all the colors now. So, whatever. But this is not what I'm going to be using today. Real quick, okay, so the difference also in the working, they are the same in every way except like they both need to be baked, they both need to dry, all of that stuff. But the Martha Stewart, they can also cure instead of baking. So if you had something that couldn't be baked for some reason, I don't know, I'm sure there are something. These can just cure for 24 days, I think it is. I'm not going to read, but I think that's what it is. So if you had something that you could not bake, but you wanted it to be permanent, this could work out really well for you. Because they do just cure. But you can bake them, and I will get to the baking instructions later on, as well as the washing instructions. These have survived the dishwasher quite a bit for me. So they are much higher quality. But like I said, they take a lot longer because you have to brush, use a brush to put them on. And who doesn't love a marker that's nice and fast? Anyhow. Alright. Now for the, now for the drink. Oh yeah. Okay. So I have a mug. It's blank. I got these from the Dollar Tree for $1. That's typically my place of greatest success for finding mugs. I go to Dollar Tree and Deals, which are by and large the same company. I will spend $1 or $2 on a mug, depending on what it is. The reason, not only because they are $1 or $2, is because the cheap places, and this is a theory that a lot of people have said, and I am totally stealing it, is that the ceramic, the finish on the cheapo mugs is not quite as good as on a quality mug, and therefore the paint will penetrate it a little bit better. Who knows if that's the truth? I like it. Gives me a reason to buy $1 one. Okay, so what I'm doing here while I'm talking and not telling you exactly what I'm doing, great tutorial me. Okay, alcohol and a paper towel. So you're going to want to wipe off the surface of your mug. Now, this mug I have already washed in the dishwasher, and I removed all of the labels and stuff like that. Now, you can wash them by hand. Just get it clean, that's all, because they're really filthy whenever they come out of the dollar store. Who knows who's touched them? So, wiping it off. Alcohol for the mug. Alcohol for me. I need some more vodka. Okay. You want to let the alcohol dry. Because it doesn't do a whole lot of good. Okay. And then as far as my workstation goes, I normally use a paper plate. Just a plain old paper plate. Nothing fancy. That's just what I work on right here. So, I just put everything, just set it right there on there. Okay. Shaking you up here. Okay. And then the paint pens. So I normally use a paper plate also to like dip, just to make sure my working surface is good. When you first buy these paint pens, the tip will not have the, the paint, it's been a long day. This will be white, and so whenever you first get them, here I'll show you with a brand new one. Look at me, I'm gonna show you something. Maybe. Oh, don't watch me do that. I'm not doing that with my teeth. I did not go to the dentist 4 times these last 2 weeks to do that. Okay, so brand new pen. Oh, it's a white tip. So what you have to do, you put that tip back on and shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up. I think I was channeling Taylor Swift there, but not quite. It wasn't quite going there. Shake it up. Alright, see, it's still white. Okay, so then, see this? I'm just gonna, ooh, can you see it? There we go. And I'm just gonna dab it, 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 dabby, dabby, dab, dab. The theory is that eventually the paint will come out of the pen any second now. Oh, it's coming out. Okay. Oh, there it is. Just a little bit more. Maybe I didn't shake it quite enough. But you can see, oh, maybe you can see. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm totally not doing a very good job here. Okay, but you can see. See, there it starts coming out. La la la. Alright. Alright, you get it now? Okay, so that's, I'm just gonna, you know, totally show my camera skills here. Okay. Hi. How's it going? Alright. So now that your paint pen works, let me talk to you a little bit about this. Okay, so these pens, here's the problem. As if there weren't already enough problems. You get like one shot, okay? Because as much as they are going to be picky about washing them, they will not come off. This stuff will not come off whenever you want it to. So there is no erasing or, excuse me, a burp. That must mean I need another drink. Okay, so you don't get a second shot. So you better freaking know where you want the marks to go. So, I'm gonna paint on here another rabbit. Okay, and since I'm drinking, I'm going to make it a pretty simple one. And I have some artistic ability. However, for the rabbits ones, just for continuity's sake, I have a little stencil guy, and I've used him a couple of times, and I'm going to use him again. So, I don't tape him on or anything. I just kind of hold the stencil on there, and I trace him, and then I go from there. Now, I guess I will paint him. I don't know what color I want him to be. So what color are my chewed up ones? I've got an aqua one, and an orange one, and a white one, so he could be purple. Nope. Yep. Purple. Purple. Picked it. Okay. Purple it is. Alright. So the stencil kind of helps with that whole, you only get one shot thing that I was talking about. I feel like I have a purple. No. Purple. Okay. Yeah, definitely purple. Okay. Sorry. Losing my mind. Maybe I'm a little tipsy. Not sure. Okay. It would be nice if you could see, right? Let's see if we can make that happen. Yes. Yes. Maybe. Alright. Okay. So here he is. Just like so. And if I mess up on him while you guys are watching, that's okay, because I don't normally have people watching me while I work. Is that better? Maybe not. Maybe you don't want to see me. That would be totally understandable. Alright, so nice smooth lines with my purple. Now, I didn't shake him up or nothing. My purple here. He is a pretty established marker. And so, he doesn't need a whole lot of work. Now, I said that you don't get a whole lot of second chances, and that is absolutely true. They also don't really like it too much whenever you have to go over them multiple times, which is a completely pleasant thing to have to deal with. Oh, and I've got a cold happening. Alright. I'm just getting an outline of him, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with him afterwards. I probably should have thought all this through before I started showing you guys my fun little tutorial here on the painting of the mugs. But, you know, bygones. Okay. Okay, just got some ears. See, sometimes you need like 17 fingers and hands and stuff to do this. And by sometimes, I mean right now. I could use a couple more hands. Maybe the taping thing wouldn't be a bad idea in the future. I should probably consider doing that. Probably not advertising that I don't. I'll also note that if you were going to paint like a glass, like an actual glass, that, if you're going to paint a glass, it works out really nicely to tape like a stencil or something on the inside of the glass, and then you can leave it there and just kind of you know, trace it while it's stuck on the other side of the glass. That works out really well. But obviously with the ceramic cups you can't do that. Okay, here we go. Put your back up here. Hi. Okay, so you can see the totally awfulness of my tracing, but the bunny is on there. See him? He's pretty cool. Do you see how he's it kind of bled under and stuff like that? That's the kind of stuff you can expect from using the stencil. If you are writing on it like typically, like just drawing a line on it, you can have a lot better luck with the quality of the line. So I guess what I'm going to do with him right now is not a whole lot. I'm going to fill him in a little bit so that he looks a little nicer. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with him after that, but we can think about that. Cross that bridge when we get to it. So here, see, I filled in his ears a little bit, so he's already looking a little nicer. I'm going to come up with something to write underneath it. I know what I'm going to do. It's going to say Splendid. It's going to say Splendid. Alright. In black. And then I'll figure out something black to put on. Maybe he'll be a black polka dot bunny. My black works out just fine. Okay, let's see. So whenever I'm writing, and I feel like I have some pretty good handwriting, so I don't need to stencil out my handwriting at all, but I do kind of like to air write it on there first. So like it's going to say Splendid, so in cursive, because I'm old enough to know how to do cursive. Splendid. Okay, so it'll fit right underneath my bunny, and so I'm just going to start writing. Again, here, you guys can come down here and watch. It'll be so much fun. It'll be so much fun. All right. See, it's a Splendid. I know that's not my best handwriting ever. You tried writing nice when you're having somebody watching, drinking and stuff. Okay, and here's my trick about writing in cursive, and I don't know if any of y'all know it, but this is how to turn it into calligraphy. And that is that every time you go down with your writing, you just go over that part twice, make it doubly thick, and then it looks all sassy, all professional-like, and that's kind of what we're going for. Something that doesn't look like a 2-year-old did it. Although at this point, I am not expecting a whole lot. I'm not feeling the confidence here. I wanted y'all to be all excited about doing this, and now I'm just not really sure that that's the case. Silence, awkward silence while I work. Nothing more pleasant than awkward silence. Some fuzzy thing in there. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Now, look at that. You can't see it. I put it right there in front of you and you can't see. Okay, see? See, I went doubled up on the downstrokes. It still looks like sloppy handwriting, but it's fine. Right? It's fine. Okay. So that's that. And I'm going to fill in my bunny a little bit more. And I don't know what I'm going to do to him, but he definitely isn't looking too good while he is not filled in. So let me talk to you while I fill him in, which is bound to be a very fun experience, about the baking. So after these dry, which for these markers it doesn't take a whole long. If you use the Martha Stewart paints, you want to let those dry for about 12 to 24 hours before you bake them. However, these, as soon as they are dry, they are ready to bake. I put them in the oven, the normal oven in my house, the one that I bake cookies in. I put them in that oven on pans that I line with aluminum foil, just I guess for no apparent reason, but I do. I line them with aluminum foil, and then I put the mugs on them. And sometimes I have whole lots of mugs and on multiple racks, but it doesn't really matter. Then we set the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and so they go into the cold oven, and then we set the oven, and then once it is preheated, like the little beeper goes beep to let me know that the oven is preheated, then I set a timer for 30 minutes, and at the end of the 30 minutes, or whenever I finally get around to it, as long as it is at least 30 minutes, I turn the oven off, and I leave them in there, and I normally do this right before bed, so that the last thing I do before bed is turn the oven off, and then I go to bed, and the next morning I can get them out. So, and then whenever I get them out the next morning, I normally I hand wash them all, or I throw them in the dishwasher. Now if I throw them in the dishwasher, sometimes they don't all come out looking very nice. I do normally like to put them in the dishwasher just so I know that they have survived the dishwasher one time, and that means that the paint is sticking well enough for that. However, sometimes they don't, and sometimes I have to redo them. It's normally like little chips that'll come off in the dishwasher, but I will hand wash them if I don't have time to throw them in the dishwasher. And I hand wash them, and I do try to scrub them pretty hard and whatever if I have to hand wash them. Isn't he looking splendid? However, if I give them to people, like as gifts or whatever, I give them washing instructions where I'm very particular about how they wash them, because these especially are pretty fragile. Let me put you back up here. Sound effects for when you move. I think you make those sounds when you move, don't you? Yeah? Yeah? I'm just helping out. Because I'm a helper. Okay. So these are the washing instructions that I give to people. And I totally thieved them from some chick on Etsy who was making mugs similarly. And so these are the washing instructions she had on her website. So this is the one I give. And I said, these mugs are to be gently hand washed with cool water to preserve their illustrations. So no scrubs or sponges. Normal wear and tear should be expected, as this is a hand painted piece. So the better you take care of it, the longer it will last. Air dry. And that's pretty important, because if you try to dry these after they were wet, this paint, this oil paint, it gets tacky whenever it's wet. And so sometimes whenever you dry it, it might smear it or something. It might be the only time that it really wants to come off, is whenever it's still wet. So air dry. Microwave is okay, but that didn't feel like a real cough. It felt like something was in my throat. But don't place them in the dishwasher. So that's the washing instructions for them. However, the Martha Stewart ones I have put in the dishwasher multiple times with only very minor little bits of paint coming off of them. So I think those can take a lot more abuse than the oil paints. But the oil paints, you know, for the most part, if you are really gentle with them, they will last quite a while. Like this guy right here, he's been used and washed and used and washed and used and washed and used and washed. Used and washed and used and washed. And I think that the only spot on him is this little bitty nick right here, which could be from clinking against something else, which happens too. It'll come off that way. Am I the only person who sings when I drink? No, I can't be. Like this guy been used a lot. I don't know. It's hard to say. This is definitely the option that has worked best for me in the large scale, just because the Martha Stewart paints don't brush on very nice. I'll clean it up a little bit here. Okay, so I'm a new mug. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do anything to him right now because I'm already like half an hour into this this Splendid video, but you can see that he's looking pretty cool. I might not do anything to him. I might just leave him like a plain purple bunny on an awesome little mug. Yeah, I mean, he's totally fine how he is. So I might just throw him in the oven and he'll probably be fine. But he'll be, oh, look, there's a little part missing. Oh, but I will show you that. So, like, let's say that there was something that I really wanted to erase off of him. And the best way to do it so far, I have figured out, is either with your fingernail, or, you know, try to, you know, alcohol him off. And look, here's me rubbing alcohol on the things I just did. Nada. Didn't move. Now, there's a little scratch on there. Let me see if I can scratch it off. It's a little tacky. Oh, yep, something's coming off. So if I scratched at it with my fingernail, yeah, it wants to come off the stuff that I just did. So let me go back over it. Put the marker I just put away. Okay, so pull my black back out. Oop. We'll see some of the purple wanted to come off. You see those little spots? See, they're okay. So it's like, obviously, it hasn't been baked, so there's problems with getting all rough with it right off the bat. Now I gotta touch up my purple. Okay, but I'll take care of that in a second, because obviously this is taking a lot of awkward time. So like on this bunny here, like I showed you earlier, like this part of his ear is wanting to scratch off because it got, see how it's kind of coming off? Taking a little work, but like over here, I can scratch at that, and nothing's coming off. Nothing is coming off. Nothing. Okay, so that's what you get. That's all the information I have, is what I've tried and what has, I mean, obviously this is not designed to work. People who make ceramics don't make them so that people can add more crap to them. The idea was that you wanted a white mug, so you bought a white mug, you know? So there's no like sure, absolutely, always going to work sort of solution, aside from painting your own mug and then glazing it yourself. Okay? So, that's it. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed our first and of many crafting and cocktails. I don't think I got very drunk, so maybe next time I'll have to drink a lot more. Maybe shots. I'm not a shots person, but you know, I'm willing. Yeah, and I'm gonna get ready for bed after I finish my drink. Alright. See you later.